Hello soap fans! It is a fantastic day to dive back into the thrilling, unpredictable world of Genoa City. Grab your favorite cup of coffee, settle into your coziest chair, and let us unpack the absolute madness that is about to unfold on our screens. The landscape of Genoa City is about to be violently reshaped by a series of shocking decisions, dangerous alliances, and heartbreaking confrontations that will leave us all completely breathless. If you thought the recent explosions in Las Vegas or the vicious corporate takeovers were the peak of the drama, you are severely mistaken. We are looking at a week where the most desperate characters are pushed to their absolute psychological limits, forcing them to make choices that will echo for generations. From the towering, glass-walled offices of Newman Enterprises to the cozy, coffee-scented corners of Crimson Lights, a massive storm is brewing. The weekly promotional trailer for our beloved soap opera has just dropped a series of massive bombshells, and it is abundantly clear that the writers are holding absolutely nothing back. We are witnessing the birth of terrifying new dynamics and the potential destruction of lifelong bonds. Let us break down every single glorious, heart-stopping moment. We must begin with the absolute legal nightmare currently suffocating Phyllis Summers. The promotional trailer kicks off with a tense, breathless exchange between Phyllis and her longtime confidant and legal savior, Michael Baldwin. The stakes have literally never been higher for our favorite fiery redhead. Victor Newman has successfully weaponized a highly sophisticated artificial intelligence program to frame Phyllis, Kane Ashby, and Billy Abbott for a massive corporate crime. The evidence is forged, but it is impeccably designed, and District Attorney Christine Blair Romalodia, a woman who harbors a historic, venomous hatred for Phyllis, is practically salivating at the chance to lock her away in federal prison. Michael, looking incredibly stressed and visibly sweating under the immense pressure of this impossible case, is seen asking Phyllis if he heard her correctly. He is begging her to confirm if she is finally ready to make a deal to save her own life. My honest personal commentary on Michael Baldwin right now is one of profound sympathy mixed with a healthy dose of anxiety. Michael is a brilliant legal strategist, a man who knows exactly where all of Victor Newman's bodies are buried because he actively helped dig the graves for decades. However, defending Phyllis against this AI-generated phantom evidence is a nearly impossible task that is draining his soul. Michael is desperately hoping that Phyllis will simply wave the white flag, surrender the Summers conglomerate, and hand the entire empire back to Victor to avoid the catastrophic legal consequences. He knows that a prison sentence would utterly destroy Phyllis and alienate her from her children, Summer and Daniel, who are already paralyzed with fear over her impending arrest. Michael is acting as a desperate voice of reason, the loyal friend trying to pull a woman back from the edge of a very steep, very lethal cliff before she falls into the abyss. But this is Phyllis Summers we are talking about, and my commentary on her is that she is a creature of pure, unadulterated defiance who simply does not know how to surrender. In the promo, instead of conceding defeat and signing away her life's work, Phyllis flashes that signature, dangerous smirk and hints that she has a better plan. She is completely cornered, entirely isolated, and facing total ruin, yet her instinct is to double down and fight dirtier than ever before. Phyllis has never been one to bow down to Victor Newman, and her history of fighting him is legendary, but this time, her refusal to surrender feels almost suicidal. She is gambling with her freedom, her family, and her future. Michael's reaction to her better plan is one of sheer, unmasked terror. He knows better than anyone that when Phyllis goes rogue, the collateral damage is always astronomical and entirely unpredictable. What will happen next for Phyllis Summers in this high-stakes game of corporate chess? I predict that her better plan involves an incredibly reckless counter-blackmail scheme that will shake the foundations of the city. She might try to uncover the raw data of Victor's AI program or attempt to manipulate Christine Blair's investigation by throwing a massive curveball, perhaps even framing someone else entirely. However, I foresee this blowing up in her face spectacularly. Victor is too far ahead, and his rage is too blinding to be outsmarted by a desperate woman. Phyllis's bold move will likely accelerate her arrest, forcing Michael to take drastic, illegal measures to save her, thereby putting his own career and his beautiful marriage to Lauren Fenmore at severe risk. The walls are closing in rapidly, and Phyllis is about to learn a very hard lesson about playing with fire. While the corporate world burns to the ground, a deeply personal and heartbreaking tragedy is unfolding between the Newman brothers. The promo shifts its focus to a heavy, emotionally suffocating scene featuring Adam Newman and Nick Newman. The psychological aftermath of the Las Vegas explosion and the terrifying games played by Matt Clark have left Nick in a state of profound physical and emotional ruin. We all know the horrifying truth. Matt Clark intentionally planted a tainted batch of fentanyl in a stash that Nick stole, leading to a catastrophic overdose. Now, Nick is struggling through the agonizing early stages of outpatient recovery, and the tension between him and Adam is palpable enough to cut with a knife. In a moment of raw, uncomfortable honesty, Adam is seen completely cornering his older brother. The trailer shows Adam looking Nick dead in the eye, his voice laced with a complex mixture of suspicion and deep brotherly concern, and asking the ultimate, dreaded question: "Are you using drugs again?" It is a breathtakingly direct confrontation, one that puts Nick entirely on the spot with nowhere to hide. Nick has been dodging accountability, hiding his immense pain behind a fragile facade of strength to protect Sharon and Noah from the looming threat of Matt Clark. But Adam, who knows the dark, seductive pull of self-destruction better than anyone in Genoa City, sees right through the lies. The silence that follows Adam's question in the promo is deafening, filled with the ghosts of their shared trauma. Looking at Nick Newman, my heart genuinely aches for him in a way I haven't felt in years. Nick has always tried to be the golden boy, the ultimate protector, the stable force in the incredibly chaotic Newman family. But his descent into opioid addiction, triggered by the relentless psychological torture inflicted by Matt Clark, has stripped away all his armor and left him entirely exposed. He is exhausted, vulnerable, and deeply ashamed of his weakness. When Adam confronts him, Nick's immediate reaction will likely be defensive annoyance and anger. He hates being monitored, and he hates feeling like a liability, especially when he knows that Matt Clark is still out there, hiding in the shadows. Nick desperately wants to be the hero, but right now, he is a man drowning in his own mind, desperately trying to keep his head above water. On the other side of this intense dynamic is Adam Newman, and my commentary on him is that he is experiencing a profound, beautiful evolution. Adam is carrying a massive amount of guilt regarding Nick's overdose, knowing he encouraged Nick to take a hit in Vegas just to keep him functional during their rescue mission. Adam is terrified of losing his brother. He isn't asking this invasive question to shame Nick or to gain some sort of twisted leverage. He is asking it because he genuinely wants to save his life. Adam has fought his own severe demons, including his dark spider persona, and he knows that secrets are the deadly currency of addiction. He is willing to be the bad guy, the annoying, probing brother, if it means keeping Nick alive. It is a tragic display of unconditional love. My prediction for this brotherly showdown is surprisingly hopeful and emotionally resonant. While Nick will initially bristle at Adam's accusation and try to push him away, the sheer exhaustion of lying will eventually break him down completely. I predict that Nick will look into Adam's eyes, see the genuine terror and love there, and finally surrender to the painful truth. He will admit his struggles, and rather than a screaming match, we will witness a profound moment of bonding. Nick will realize that Adam is exactly the kind of ruthless, unwavering support system he needs right now, and he will thank him for not letting him hide in the dark. This confrontation will solidify their alliance, which is absolutely crucial because the monster who caused this addiction is currently walking the streets. Speaking of monsters walking the streets, the promo delivers a scene so unexpectedly bizarre and thrilling that it gave me absolute chills down my spine. The setting shifts to the warm, familiar, comforting atmosphere of Crimson Lights. The coffee shop is usually a safe place for local gossip and sweet pastries, but today it is the birthplace of a terrifying new dynamic. Matt Clark, the man who recently blew up a gas station in Vegas, nearly killed Nick Newman, and is currently terrorizing the psychological state of Sienna Bacall and Sharon Newman, is standing in line. And who does he literally bump into? None other than the Queen of Chaos herself, Patty Williams. The physical collision between Matt and Patty is brief, but the energy exchange is absolutely nuclear. The promo shows them bumping into each other, spilling a bit of coffee, and instead of apologizing and moving on like normal people, they lock eyes, and then Patty smiles. It is that wide, unsettling, deeply knowing smile that only Patty Williams can deliver. Even though Patty has no idea about the true depths of Matt's recent atrocities, and Matt, currently faking amnesia to manipulate Phyllis, is playing the role of a lost soul, there is an instant, undeniable recognition between them. They are kindred spirits of pure chaos. They are two individuals who have spent their lives orchestrating trauma and wreaking absolute havoc on the Abbott and Newman families. My personal commentary on Matt Clark in this moment is one of sheer awe at his manipulative genius and total lack of morality. Matt is a master chameleon. He is currently playing a highly dangerous game, pretending to have lost his memory while secretly gathering intelligence to launch a final, fatal strike against Sharon and Nick. Following a recent, Intense confrontation with Noah Newman, who is desperately trying to protect a hallucinating Sienna. Matt has realized that his mere presence in Genoa City is enough to cause a massive, explosive backlash. He knows he is the villain of this story. In the promo, Matt uses his amnesia to play the ultimate victim, confessing to Patty that he has heard some truly terrible things about his past from the locals. He is fishing for an ally. And then there's Patty Williams. My commentary on Patty is that she is a tragic, beautiful, and utterly lethal wild card who can never truly be trusted. She has recently been harassing Kyle Abbott and causing massive paranoia for Diane Jenkins, all while loudly claiming that she is a completely changed woman. Patty insists that she is now all about rehabilitation, redemption, and making amends for the horrific things she has done in the past, including the traumatic yacht incident with Jack Abbott. But we all know that Patty's version of help usually involves extreme psychological warfare. When she looks at Matt Clark, she doesn't see a monster, she sees a broken toy that she can fix. She sees a reflection of her own misunderstood, fractured soul. The interaction between them is dripping with delicious dramatic irony. Matt, a lethal predator playing prey, tells Patty about his supposed memory loss and the dark rumors he has heard about himself. Patty, a predator who genuinely believes she is a healer, listens with wide, sympathetic eyes. She leans in and suggests that since they are both outcasts looking for a fresh start, they should help each other navigate the treacherous waters of Genoa City. She offers to be his guide to redemption. It is a match made in soap opera heaven and a match made in hell for everyone else living in the city. The sheer destructive potential of a Matt Clark and Patty Williams alliance is impossible to overstate. Think about the combined skill sets of these two deeply disturbed individuals. Matt brings cold, calculating, tactical ruthlessness. He knows how to build bombs, fake his own death, and orchestrate complex psychological warfare from the shadows. Patty brings an unpredictable, chaotic emotional volatility and an intimate knowledge of the Abbott family's deepest vulnerabilities and secrets. If Matt uses Patty to gather intel on the Abbotts, or if Patty uses Matt's ruthless nature to exact her own twisted version of justice against Diane Jenkins, the body count in Genoa City is going to rise exponentially. They are a ticking time bomb wrapped in a sweet smile and a warm cup of coffee. My prediction for this unholy alliance is that it will start innocently enough, with shared coffees and exchanged secrets, but it will rapidly devolve into a synchronized reign of absolute terror. I believe Matt will quickly drop the amnesia act around Patty, realizing she appreciates the darkness within him and will not judge his violent tendencies. They will form a symbiotic relationship of pure destruction. I predict Patty will help Matt gain access to secure locations, perhaps even the Newman Ranch, under the guise of her rehabilitation tour, while Matt will provide Patty with the tactical means to finally eliminate Diane Jenkins from Jack's life forever. Their partnership will be the ultimate blindside that neither Victor Newman nor Jack Abbott will see coming until it is far too late to stop it. We are standing on the precipice of a television era that will be talked about for decades. As legal empires crumble under the weight of AI forgery, brothers battle the lethal demons of addiction, and the town's most notorious villains join forces over a simple cup of coffee. The board is set, the pieces are moving, and absolutely no one in Genoa City is safe from the impending fallout. What do you think Phyllis's secret plan entails, and do you believe Patty and Matt will burn the city to the ground together? Drop your wildest theories in the comments section below, and make sure to share this article with your fellow Y and R fanatics so we can all brace for the impact immediately.